Bennett is the featured back. Anders, the fullback. Bennett straight up the middle. Donnell Bennett to the Raider 36.
Boy, I'll tell you, Kimble Anders, number 38, gets a sensational block, and that hole is there.
Bennett. Touchdown.
Donnell Bennett, second effort, gets in for 12-yard touchdown, 21-3.
Remember when it was a grinded out offense that Kansas City had? Kimble Anders, touchdown. Kimble Anders, touchdown Chiefs. Second touchdown for Kimble Anders.
Third down and 7 from the 45. Straight drop by Gerbach, flips it out to Anders. Can he get the first down? Yes, and a lot more inside the 40. He's got one man to beat. Pierce across the right side, and Kimble Anders stretches for the touchdown. 55 yards.
Well, I tell you what, I never get tired of those highlights. Welcome to 4-Minute Offense. Clint Schweitzer alongside Noah Groniger. And we've got our guy, Kimble Anders, number 38 from the Kansas City Chiefs. You remember him so well. Kimble, we're waiting for Donnell Bennett. He may join us here in just a little bit, but we're winging it here, man. We're going to do a little audible. How's everything going, my friend?
Oh, everything's been pretty good. You know, we had a great win this weekend, so it's good to see that. And I feel confident we're back on track. We're looking just getting better each week, and that's what you do, particularly this time of the year. If you're getting better each week, that make the team just so much better to have an opportunity to get in the playoffs and make the run. Because when you start playing good in December, it's crucial time.
Yeah, the Chiefs lead the AFC West by 1 game, but kind of talk about it's Raider week here. We're moving forward into Raider week, and then we got the Chargers coming up, 2 big division games. It's really going to kind of lay things out to who's going to lead and win the AFC West here.
Yes. So obviously, you know, the Raider week, is y'all fired up already in Kansas City? What's been going on?
Absolutely.
You don't do the parades no more, right? But I know all
due to COVID-19.
Right.
That and the dominance, the Chiefs are like 43-20 against the Raiders since 1990, since Marty got to Kansas City. The dominance is real. I think Andy Reid is something like 14-3 against the Raiders. I mean, this is just, it's almost not even a rivalry anymore, Kimble, because the Raiders come in here, you know what to expect. Derek Carr folds under pressure. He commits horrendous turnovers. They did get a win here at Arrowhead last year, but that was because a guy named Henry Ruggs continuously got behind this defense. But right now, Kimble, this defense is playing out of its mind. Over the last 5 games, all wins, the Chiefs defense is only giving up under 11 points a game. This is unbelievable. This reminds me of, dare I say, the 90s. What is going on? This defense is unbelievable, man.
They doing exactly what we did. They create turnovers. they playing good football. They making tackles. They coming together as a unit and making sure they get the things done. You know, so being able to have a defense now that's creating turnovers and then scoring and possession when they scoring touchdowns, that makes the game a lot easier on the offense. And like you say, the offense is not under that much pressure. Now the offense can just operate and execute and focus on the little detail things that, you know, that get them to score, you know, and perfect blocking, being able to do that, because now you're coming together as a unit. And we got to have all 57 people on the same page every game.
Well, this offense is slowed down almost to a crawl. It seems like we're just getting just less points and less production. We're not executing week after week. And coming into Raiders week, I mean, we are going to have to execute. They can still put up points. Hunter Renfro's someone you have to worry about for the Raiders offense. So what's going on with this Chiefs offense? And dare I say, the thing holding us back on offense is Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and Tyreek Hill. Your 3 big money guys, the 3 guys that are supposed to produce, and they don't seem to be on the same page, not catching the ball, not executing. And just seems like kind of sloppy footwork and just arm angles from Patrick Mahomes. It looks like he's maybe relying on the sidearm too much and not just going with the straight fundamentals.
Well, I think they just not in sync. Like you said, Patrick is doing too much, and we're dropping a lot of passes, and some of the interceptions really not his fault. But when the players drop a ball, it goes against him. But I think just execution is the key, and honing and focusing in. You know, it could be a lot of different things. The play selection, you know, some of the things they're doing. I like when they run the ball more. Like I said, I think when they run the ball, it opens up a lot of other things. It don't put a whole lot of pressure that you got to pass for 450 yards to win a game. You know, and I think that's where it's a mental thing where everybody feel like they got to do too much, you know, and that could be the case with those guys because they got a tremendous amount of talent and they do some special things that nobody has ever done. So they you know, rely on that, and it's not, you know, it's not meshing right now. But they playing well enough. At the end of the day, you know, score count at the end was whoever win, lose, or draw. You know, that's all that matters. The win is a win. So I would take that win any day. But I feel confident they gonna get it together. They gonna, like I said, right now we got a good 5-game winning streak, and we got 4 or 5 games left in the season.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we'll make a good run. I feel pretty good about this week. And again, as you spoke with the Raiders, that's a team that find a way to lose. And my best friend is a Raider fan to the day he died. And I tell him, I'm not
so
worried
he knows.
about the Raiders. Oh, he knows. They gonna find a way to lose. And it's you know, it's unfortunate, but that's who they are. And that's just the history of what has been seen by us. I mean, I think we beat them like 8 to 10 times or maybe 12 times during the 90s. I don't think they beat us but once, if that.
I think it was, and I just looked at this. I think the Raiders, you know, beat the Chiefs 3 times in the entire. Yeah, it was unbelievable. And before Marty's retirement in 1998, that is.
Okay,
so,
yeah.
And then they went on to win 3 straight divisions. Got to the Super Bowl with Rich Gannon. You know, we've been down that road. But Kimble, I got to ask you this because this is something that I don't think has been really brought up enough this year because there's a 17th game this year, and it makes it very strange to me. Probably because I have like. You know, my sports fan brain is very regimented and I don't like change. So now we're adding the 17th game. It makes it for weird records. It's not an even number, 10-6, 12-4, 13-3. Now it's weird records. But do you think that adding that 17th game it makes that much of a difference for the players that's already played in 4 preseason games? You've got the playoffs after that for a lot of these teams. The 17 games, is that a noticeable difference, do you think, for these players?
I think mentally it will be. Obviously, it's something that, you know, once they put it out there that you have to do it. So this is their first year actually doing it. So it's probably definitely a mental thing where you got to think about it because at the end of the day, them 16 weeks we thought were long, and we had the bye week, and as well now you add another game and you still have a bye week. So it's those games are important. You know what I mean? Once you playing that many games, you know, you got to rest your body, and you got to recoup from certain games and certain injuries and all that stuff, and you have time to do it. So adding that 16 game is going to be pretty strange. And, you know, most guys at this point, it's kind of, you know, getting a little tired. You know, that's one thing too, toward the end of the season, that's when you got to kind of pick up your energy. Now, you know, extending that 17 game, you know, guys are thinking about an extra game, and you shouldn't have to, you know. So it's a, you know, that game is a mental. I mean, like football, all in all, it's so mental from how you get dressed, how you put your clothes on, what game you thinking about, why you thinking about the game. If you're thinking about a game in week 17, then you're thinking about the wrong thing. So, but it happens though. We're human, so those things do happen, and we have we have bad games, you know. So it happened to us.
Yeah, we have a comment that Clint just had up. I bet the wives were real upset when they heard about a longer season.
Yeah, I'm sure too. Yeah.
And we've heard for years that they want to. The end goal is really an 18-game season, and maybe moving down to just 2 preseason games. What are your thoughts on that? Would you guys have liked that, a shorter preseason and just more games that mean something for the regular season into the playoffs?
I would say so, because the preseason. Only thing that I say that the preseason gives some of the young guys the opportunity to make a team because they won't get seen as much.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you're gonna add those many games, I'd rather have it a meaningful game instead of a preseason game. So that sounds like a pretty good deal. But again, you know, you got the young guys now. Maybe they have to earn the opportunity in the they spot toward the roster, maybe in the off-season conditioning and doing the mini camps, and you know that make it a little more tougher for those guys. But those preseason games, you know, like I said, we played didn't play until the third preseason game before any starters ever played. So you get an opportunity to evaluate the rookies and the young guys that's on the team. So it's kind of double-edged sword.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll see how this kind of plays out as they've added another wild card team, and only the I think they need to get though to where the top 2 seeds get a bye. I don't really like the 1 seed getting a bye. I mean, does that really make sense? Because you've got a 13-3, 13-4 team and a 12-5. I mean, those teams should be rewarded. You got the top 2 that get a bye as it's been. There's no reason to take that away, is there?
That's not a bad argument. It's not a bad argument.
Well, we appreciate all the comments we're getting.
Yeah, we got
here.
one coming in here. We used to have NFL Europe, of course. The NBA has the G League. Of course, baseball has the minor leagues. This question: when will the NFL start another developmental
It's coming.
league? And do you think it needs to, Kimble?
The USFL is coming, right?
Oh, is it? I think so. I
spring,
think that's very important. I think we never had a silent. We had them come and go for years and years, but it really wasn't a true development league for the NFL.
Yeah,
I think that it gives more people opportunity to play. We don't get a lot of opportunity because when you're done with college, you're done, and you don't get a chance to go out there and call yourself a professional, whether it's at any level. They got the D League, they got overseas for the basketball. You can do it at a younger age and develop yourself. Because some people need a little more time to get developed. Some people don't peak until they get until a certain age. So I think it'd be great if we had a true developmental league.
Yeah, we're still waiting for Tom Brady to hit that peak at 44 here. We appreciate all the questions. Guys, get your questions in. We'll get them right up here. Donnell hasn't been able to join us. We're hoping to get him on maybe here in just a little bit. But in the meantime, we'd be glad to knock out some of these questions. We always appreciate guys like Michael, Chase, you're on here. National Scouting, by the way, one of our best followers, they wanted a Broncos win last week, though. Didn't get it. Sorry, National Scouting. Here we have a question from them. We're going to let them get a question in despite their Broncos allegiance. Kimble, will you coach if the opportunity came about?
Oh, absolutely. I would love to coach. I mean, that's what I've been doing for the past 18 years, and that's my passion. Like I said, just understanding the game and being able to teach, this new generation some of the things that I've learned and the experience I've had with some of the greatest coaches ever, and just pass it on. I mean, being under Jimmy Ray, Marty Schottenheimer, Bill Cowher was there when I first got there. Herm Edwards. We had one hell of a staff when I first got to Kansas City, and over the years, just being around, Bruce Arians, being around those type of guys, and just understanding the game has always been special to me, and that's the reason why I got into coaching. At the high school level, at the college level. So absolutely.
And then I think you had an NFL internship, and then is that where you kind of ultimately want to end up, coaching in the NFL? Is that the main dream, the goal?
Yes, I do. And then for a few reasons, because at that level, you have a lot to learn. Like, I still haven't experienced that level of learning the bigger picture, and it's just so much. And I tell you what, people that don't understand football, it is one hard thing to do. It's one hard thing to coach, understand it as a player, coach, and all that stuff. And sometimes when I'm watching the game, I just look over people saying just crazy stuff like, "What he do there?" I'm just looking. They don't have a clue what's really going on. So, and the game is designed for success. There's no plays, no team. Don't think whatever play you have drawn up is not designed for success. Now, if you execute it the right way, then you're gonna have some success. There's sometimes it's a little luck. So the game is funny. Like, I enjoy watching. I don't watch it the same as most the fans watch it. I watch it from a perspective of learning what they did or what they didn't do. If I could see a tackle didn't pull, or somebody, head was on the wrong side, hat placement, hand placement, all that stuff matters. Technique.
Yeah, for sure. I think, Clint, you were going to pull it up.
Oh,
here.
sorry. Yeah. This is a great question from Michael Donegan. Any team you would not take a job with? I'm just going to go ahead and answer that for you. He's not going to the Raiders or Broncos. Other than that, he's available. Or would you go? Or would you do it? I mean,
maybe not the Cincinnati Bearcats right now either.
It's the NFL. You got to take whatever
That's
offer
right.
you get. I would, it'll be interesting if, like you said, the Raiders or the Broncos. And any talk about somebody saying Eric Benjamin got any opportunity to go to the Raiders? There's some rumors out there.
That's true. Yeah, that's.
I mean, anybody looking for a head coach, I'm sure he's going to get a call and have an interview chance. So he could very well end up with the Raiders.
Yeah. So, man,
Oh my gosh, we have a very special guest joining us, ladies and gentlemen. You know him as the former second-round pick of the Kansas City Chiefs back in 1994. He played at the University of Miami. His name is Donnell Bennett.
Oh no, okay.
Donnell, is that you?
Bro.
Yes, sir. That's Dr. Donnell Bennett.
Oh my gosh, he's coming from a gala.
In the witness protection program, we've
Boy,
blurred out his face here. So.
Okay,
And
same thing make you laugh, make you cry. So don't forget that.
This is one of those crazy shows that it's unpredictable here on 4-Minute Offense because we also have we were just talking about the Raiders. So hopefully Zach Crockett didn't hear that. He's in here too. Former Raider, former Florida State Seminole. Mr. Zach Crockett as well. What's up, man? We were just bashing the Raiders and you missed it, so we're good. It's all good.
Good. You guys did that before I got on here.
Well, we lost you guys enough times when you were there, man. You were on some hellacious teams, John Gruden teams there.
Oh yeah. You know, it's all about fun, though. You know, that's you're having fun out there, all different type of weather. You know, you're playing, so it's always great football when those two teams match up.
We were just talking to Kimble about how he wants to be a coach and work his way up into college in the NFL, and if he would take a job with the Raiders or not. And he says he can't turn down anybody. If an NFL team comes calling, he'd be the next Raiders head coach.
Yeah, you can't turn them jobs out. Shit.
Yeah, you don't turn down nothing but your collar, bro.
Hey, there you have it.
Is he saying something?
Donnell, we wish we got a better look at you because you look like you are dressed to the nines. And I know you had a speaking engagement tonight, so thanks for hopping on and bringing in Zach, who's been on our show before. It was several years ago, right before the Chiefs played the Patriots, the AFC title game. But Zach, man, coming in here, and we appreciate you being here. This is so cool. What we got to figure out how. I mean, you're a Florida guy. You come in for Florida State, yeah. So how are we going to get the Seminoles back to a bowl eligibility under Mike Norvell?
It's been tough. It's been tough all around in the state of Florida down here, but everything it takes time. He's coming. I've been knowing Mike coming from Memphis over there, how he built that program up over there, and he did an amazing job. But it takes time. It takes time for him to get his people in there, his players in there, to get his hands on guys, and they've been doing a great job of blending the guys in from the portal and trying to mesh those guys. I remember how Coach Bowden used to do it back in the days. He would bring a few guys in from the top guys from the JC, that were older guys that would bring in to teach the younger guys how to work because those guys came in and had something to prove. Why they should have been at a Division I school, why they were top players coming out of high school. So those guys coming from the Walter Jones, myself, a few other guys that came in to Florida State to show some of those other guys, what it takes, how to work, how to practice, how to prepare. So you take those guys from the portal and you bring those guys in, which you brought a couple of guys in from the SEC over to Florida State this past year, and they were great additions to the team. Great additions.
Yeah. Donnell, are you being pulled over there?
Nah, bro, it's somebody else doing some.
I thought I saw some lights and I heard a siren. I was like, hey, we might have a live pullover here, and I just was really hoping that wasn't the case.
Donnell's a volunteer deputy. I think he's pulling somebody over.
Maybe he is.
Absolutely not, bro. Absolutely not. Let me tell you something funny about this young fellow on the phone, man. Zach and I played Little League football together for the Pompano Chiefs.
Wow.
Yes. Yes, indeed. We go.
I know Zach always wanted to be a Chief.
I'm talking about like 85 pound, 100 pound, bro, like long time ago.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I'm telling you, when I say competition, you think about some of the players that were on our Little League football team. Man, look at here. It was something to be reckoned with, I'll tell you that.
Who was the starter in the backfield? Did you guys both play running back then?
I played defensive line, so I ain't gonna sit there and tell you no lie.
There we go.
I was a grade 3 technique, bro.
I always same position always. Oh man. His dad worked, man. His dad was something else. His dad worked, boy. He put us to work. I'm telling you, man. His dad was always that guy that was going to get you in shape, make sure you're on point, detail. He kept Donnell detail always, I tell you that. And he was always working out, man, always on point, always kept it focused, man. I'm telling you. And then, guys from my neighborhood, we all grew up in the same neighborhood. You got to watch guys that, man, hey, this guy here, man, he's going to be something. Then you kind of follow those guys ahead of you and everything. I'm the young guy of the bunch, being 1 year behind him. But, you're always a good guy to follow, especially playing the same position.
Yeah, and we talked to Zach about Florida State. Donnell, there's a lot of news coming out of the U here. Out is Manny Diaz late. Once they found out they could hire Mario Cristobal, then they're like, oh, okay, Manny, yeah, you're fired. We were keeping you around, but we got our guy Mario. So what are your thoughts on how that all went down and Mario Cristobal is the new head coach of the U?
Hey man, listen, I'm excited. I'm excited about the opportunity. I think Mario's gonna bring some recruiting. He's gonna bring a different mentality, but at the end of the day, he still got to win. It don't matter, whatever, man. He got to win. But it's exciting for the program, and it's exciting to see that the powers to be are interested in getting football back, in the upper echelon by committing some money. So we'll see, man. Hey, I believe in him. I definitely believe in him because I done played with him, so I know the man.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you know Mario at all, and are you going to be on his staff?
Absolutely not, bro. I do know him. We played together at Miami, but I got to go watch my kids play, bro. I don't want to. Every Saturday for the next at least 2 years, I'm gonna be watching some college football at one of my kids' schools. So
is it true?
2024 assistant head coach Donnell Bennett. We got it.
Question: Is it true that they're gonna finally build a Miami Hurricane Stadium down there in the Gables since Cristobal is coming down there? That's what I heard.
Build it, they will come.
There's talks about it.
I missed the old bowl.
Oh my goodness, bro.
Guys, we've talked to Miami, we've talked to Florida State, and now we got to bring in, guys, the Florida Gator himself. We're loading up here.
Oh, Lord.
Mr. Errict Rhett is on the line, buddy. Can you hear us, Errict Rhett?
As Chris Berman once said, we're in the Rhett zone.
We're bringing a Gator up in here, huh? How's a frat?
That Gator right there, that Gator special right there, boy.
Yeah.
Try it again. Errict Rhett. Oh, something's not popping up. He's on the screen on below.
That's the Gainesville.
That's typical of a Gator, though.
That's that Gainesville channel.
Yeah, that's typical of a Gator.
There he is. They're saying it's typical of a Gator. There, we got a Gator in here. We got a Hurricane and a Seminole. Errict Rhett, what's up, man?
My head is
What's
spinning.
up? How you doing?
What's going on, Q?
Good. How you doing, bro?
Real good.
Oh, what's up, Kiers?
You got Kimble Anders, you got Donnell Bennett, Zach Crockett, and Errict Rhett. We got a running back stable here, and then you got Noah and I don't know what to. We got nothing, guys.
We represent up in here hard. We represent hard.
Yeah. Yes.
You missed Zach Crockett talking some smack on the Gators there. I don't know what to tell you. It's going back and forth. We got a Hurricane, we got a Gator, and we got a Knoll.
Well, it's okay because everybody make mistakes in life. He went to the wrong school, but that's my man anyway.
We've been talking about all these colleges and kind of where their coaching is going. Out is Dan Mullen, in comes Billy Napier. What are your thoughts, Errict, on kind of where the Florida program is headed under Billy Napier?
This is a situation where we really do not know what's going on, and it's so weary in Gainesville right now. It's just so weary because, I guess this would be similar to when Steve Spurrier first came there from Duke University. So it's like we don't know. We don't have a coach that has a big name, but who knows? This guy might come in there and just light it up the way Spurrier did. He didn't have a big name besides being a Heisman Trophy winner, and he won at the ACC at Duke. But other than that, this is similar to that situation. So I guess we got to give him the benefit of the doubt and just hopefully maybe he'll get in there and change things around. I still don't know what happened, how the team fell down with Mullen. It just we just went to 3 SEC championship games and just like done that fast. Just like it got bad to worse to just out of there.
Gators won't put up with one down season. You're out of there.
Wow.
That's true.
Our buddy here, Shane Williams, says he's got a Buccaneers number 32 jersey at home, the orange one. Now, what Shane hasn't put up on the screen is he's willing to send you that jersey. He wants to just get you that jersey. I mean, you
For
do
the
you
low,
have
low
an
price of?
Do you have an orange one? Do you have the creamsicle one at home? Do you have one of those, Eric?
Yes, I do have a pink and orange jersey at the house.
So he can keep it, I guess. He can keep his 32.
Yes, I got you. Whatever you want.
Here's the deal, though. We got a successful Houston Cougar. We got a Florida State Seminole. We got a Miami Hurricane. All great running backs. But there's only one member of the SEC, the prestigious SEC here. So I'm siding with Errict Rhett. I'm sorry. I'm an SEC guy, buddy.
That's right.
There's only one SEC.
But what you signed with Errict with though? So.
Huh? Before there was the SEC, the ACC and Miami and all this, we were the SEC. We were the powerhouse. Y'all just coming into permission right now. We've been doing this everything comes full circle. We've been doing this too long.
Not really, Zach. You know that it's good that you brought that up right there. I think we've dominated for 20 years now, good buddy.
You all was the little brothers of the crew. The Gators was the little brothers of the crew.
I remember. I believe Donnell Bennett himself lost a national title game to the Alabama, an SEC team. Okay, so the 92, right?
Bring that up, so we got out of here.
We lost Donnell as a result.
I think Zach's going to join us next week for our Save the Tomahawk Chop Telethon. So that's what we're going to be doing next week. We're here in Kansas City. We want to save it too.
Wow. You go hard in the paint, don't you?
We can't let them take it from us, Zach. We can't let them take it.
No, definitely can't. You definitely can't.
Are they talking about taking that away?
Yep.
No,
everywhere.
I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they enforce it.
Oh, really? No.
Yeah, people want it gone, but I don't know how you just take
We
the
had to
crowd
take
out
away
of the stadium.
Gator bait. We had to take that away.
Oh, wow.
That's because y'all couldn't find no gator bait. That's why they took it away.
You guys were the bait this past season, so they're
no, right? I know. You're right.
Who had the best record this year?
Hey,
I don't think any
Kimble up there. If you look at that Houston Cougar,
it's the Houston Cougars has had the best record. Yeah.
Dang, Kimble.
They got Auburn in the Birmingham Bowl here.
They lost to Cincinnati, man. I thought Houston was going to knock Cincinnati off.
No, we ain't that type of team.
It wasn't.
Not yet. They're getting there.
Well,
we're going to the Big 12, so we got opportunity.
Y'all better get it together.
We got to get some recruits. We got to get a whole lot.
Watch out for KU. Watch out.
Yeah,
they're on the rise now.
Y'all stepping into the big time now. Y'all coming out of the dogs into the light now. So now y'all got definitely recruit now.
Yeah.
They're gonna be calling on you.
I'm down with it.
Yeah, I'd love to see that.
Yeah.
You know, I was talking to the athletic director. My daughter goes to the University of Arizona, and like they're really trying to put some super conference together. They're really trying to compete against the SEC, especially with Oklahoma going there and Texas going there now. Mm-hmm. Man, they Pac-12 and the Big 12. They're trying to put together some super conference because like
they should have thought about that 5 years ago, 5 or more years ago. There's a wrap now.
Yeah, but
he's right. No, the Big 12 and Pac-12 have announced like a bit of a partnership. It's not necessarily the Super League that some thought it would be, but they've announced a partnership. They'll play each other. They'll boost each other's rankings. And Eric's right. You guys lay off Errict Rhett. That's my guy down there.
Say like Big 12, Pac-12 combining just 20 plus schools that won't make the college football playoff. One giant super conference. It's just going to be all SEC schools. So we'll take it.
Hey, man.
Well, listen, man. I think that y'all talk that trash. The SEC ain't all that, bro. Like how Georgia let Alabama just beat their skull in like that, and ain't nobody even sniff a touchdown scoring 30 points on Georgia. Explain that to me.
Right. Alabama's had their number.
Those receivers. Georgia never saw any receivers like Jameson
Oh
Williams
my gosh, bro. So you're telling me that those two receivers that only one, because one got hurt in the game, was just that good?
ACL, but that's beside the point.
Did you see number one that stride he had?
Jameson Williams, yeah.
That's a bad man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a bad man.
I was hoping he'd fly under the radar, fall down the draft, and come to the Chiefs later on, but I don't think that's going to happen. So,
Hey, Donnell, you know what you feel? Donnell, you fail to realize something. At every position, Alabama has a 5-star recruit. Georgia don't have a 5-star recruit at every single position. Alabama got 5-star behind 5-star, behind 4-star. Come on, man.
Listen, was you a 5-star guy when you came out?
Man, they didn't have stars back then.
I'm just saying, would you have been the equivalent of a 5-star guy?
You know what, man? It probably so right now with the way they coming in, but like, man, they got a lot of talent on that team, and you can see where those are really
I wasn't no 5-star.
Yeah, but you would be right now. If
I
you
wasn't no
came out of this
5-star.
competition.
they turned Marshall Faulk away because you were there, Donnell. Dennis Errict told Marshall Faulk to pack his bags and hit the bricks.
Stop it, bro. Stop it. Stop it, bro. I wasn't no 5-star, but we just had a good football team and we worked. Like we were a bunch of workers, bro.
But that's not football no more, Donnell. They don't
Yeah,
teach
but
like that no more.
but Donnell, you only had Donnell, you might have had 4 or 5 guys on your team from your class that probably made the draft or win the NFL. You talking about a class right now where, man, 9 out of the 11 going in the NFL. I mean, on each side. I mean, every last one of those players are going to the NFL. And most of them go first round. That's a lot of talent on that team.
But they done struggled this year. Like Alabama they got 1 loss on their schedule too. And they was losing 3 or 4 games in the game.
But Donnell, Donnell, listen, Alabama coming to your school is comparable to Dallas Cowboys coming to your team. Everybody gets pumped up. Listen, watch this. Listen, when Dallas Cowboys come to your city, everybody's at that game because that's everybody's team. But when Bama comes to your school sells out. Everybody, wherever they go, they sell it. Everybody steps their game up to beat Nick Saban in Alabama. You ain't gonna play your B game. You coming with your A game. So imagine every week they gotta step their game up. They gotta play because teams know they gonna play their best game that day. They trying to beat them.
But that's a part of being a champion, though. When I was at Miami, like every game that we got, every time we stepped on the field to play, we got their absolute best game. But I'm saying you don't have to have a team full of 5-star kids to be able to do that.
Yeah, you do that. When you played at Miami, let me just break something down. When you played at UM, now I'm giving all y'all due respect. But listen, man, you cannot compare most of y'all games. Y'all play 1 game against maybe a Notre Dame, a Florida State, maybe 2 to 3 games out of the year. But you understand, when you're in the SEC, man, you're getting beat up every week. You're getting beat up by each other. By the time you get to the championship, you ain't really got nothing left towards the end of the season. But with y'all might have 1 game here. Y'all beat the team 35-0. The starters out the game. So, man, it's hard to compare that to that SEC. You're constantly getting beat up every single game. Yes, man.
Y'all did have a cakewalk back in the days.
I had a cakewalk, man. East Carolina.
I'm just saying, man. Y'all, I don't even think y'all had a division. Y'all had your own division back then.
And that's why
hold on. But just like Errict said, we got everybody's A game. We got everybody's best game. When Miami was coming to your stadium, we got the best game, bro.
But you guys didn't play anybody.
Nobody.
Oh my God!
And that's why Bama beat y'all like that. Y'all weren't used to that fight.
Donnell, you know
Bro,
y'all.
we beat Bama 2 years before that. We beat Bama head in.
Y'all were fresh.
What you mean? We beat Bama head in 2 years before that.
Because y'all were fresh
2 years before that in '90. They was horrible.
Y'all were fresh though, Donnell.
Oh my gosh, bro! Like, why you keep changing the narrative? How you gonna keep changing the narrative to fit what you're trying to say?
Donnell, you say it's a school. Don't change it, right? Shit.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, listen, I'm not taking nothing away from Bama or the SEC. The SEC is a powerhouse conference right now, but it ain't like y'all untouchable. Like, y'all gotta let that go.
It is untouchable. It is.
Oh,
it really is.
I would say
that. Okay, what's Florida record? What's Florida record? What's Florida record?
We didn't even look at those categories like that back in the days, though. We didn't.
That's what I'm saying. So who? Give me the top 5 teams in the SEC this year.
So Georgia, Alabama, Arkansas, Texas A&M.
You got even Ole Miss is a good team.
Ole Miss is a
okay, but they're a good team, but they just like us. They 7-5.
Yeah, but guys, there's
9-4
out of y'all. But they'll beat the hell out of Miami.
Ole Miss is number 8 in the country. Let's get some respect for Lane Kiffin, everybody.
Man, Kiffin doesn't even huddle. He ain't huddled in 3 years.
I blame myself, guys. I started the SEC thing. Guys, this
we're hearing all this Alabama love out of Rhett. I just saw this breaking news blurb in this article that came up. When Nick Saban steps down, Rhett's the man in line. He's taking over at Alabama.
He's experienced Alabama firsthand, the first ever SEC title game in Birmingham. Florida and Alabama, they're linked forever because of that game, right, Errict? That was a classic.
That's right. And listen, that game right there changed college football. The commissioner took a chance on that game right there. If we would have beat Alabama, he was going to get fired. Because it was a time when whoever goes undefeated, Miami was undefeated, Alabama, it wasn't supposed to be nothing in between that right there, where Alabama got to beat another team just to go to the national championship. So that right there, they took a chance, but that was the best chance ever. Now look what happens now. Now we have a playoff system now. Who would ever thought that would ever happen right there?
I agree about that. Yeah.
Yeah, bought more money.
Listen, bro. That was actually good. I'm not disputing nothing you saying, but you ain't finna sit up here and tell me like the SEC is just impossible. Like tell me the people records, and they're just losing the people in the SEC.
We beat each other up so much, man.
So tell me the people records. I got you. I'm not disputing that.
Cincinnati, what would Cincinnati be doing in the SEC? What would they be doing? Can they beat Texas A&M?
Who beat? We're gonna find out in a couple days. Now Alabama better beat the brakes off of Cincinnati.
No, it ain't gonna work like that. Listen.
Oh my gosh. Why it ain't gonna work like that? They just beat the number 1 team in the country. They just beat the number 1 team in the country. And ain't nobody scored 30 points on them people all year. And they went in there and beat them like they stole something.
But he always has his number. I knew that. I would have bet everything against that.
Oh my gosh, bro. Oh my God. But you don't listen. Georgia got 5 people in the front 7 going to the NFL. 5 of them.
But but you said front. Then what did they have trouble? Zach just told you where they had trouble at. They couldn't guard the receivers. He run right through them.
Oh my gosh. It's one guy, Errict.
That's all it takes.
One guy. Oh my gosh.
Hey, who the Baltimore Ravens got? One guy on offense. One guy on offense.
They don't have one guy. They don't have one guy. But them running backs was good.
Hey, they down to their 5th string running back. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
Come on.
He good. He good.
Come on, man.
Guys,
what jersey you see in the stands? Lamar. Jackson, everywhere you go.
That's the runner, yeah.
Bro, the SEC is a average conference right now, bro. That's all I got to say.
Guys,
that's what I just whatever, dog. Come on, man.
It's been my dream.
Bro,
It's been my dream
So
all year.
what was Texas A&M record this year?
Man, it don't matter, man.
You said they was in the top 5. What was Texas A&M record this
it
year?
don't matter. They good. They a good team. They solid.
They beat Alabama. This is
okay. What was their record against? What was their record, and how many games did they lose in the SEC out of the losses?
4.
Answer that question for me. How many games were SEC games for?
Donnell, until you knock the powerhouse off the top for more than one consecutive year, the SEC ruling the ship right now.
We're going to find out, like Donnell said, in just a few weeks, guys. 4 out of 4 playoff teams, 2 of them are in the SEC. I think you'll take those odds, but guys, we're going forward. We've already given Zach crap. We've broken down. We got Chiefs Raiders this weekend. Zach, I'm going to give you one last chance before we put a bow on this episode. With Kimble earlier, we talked about how the Chiefs kind of have the Raiders number. Talking about teams that have someone's number. The Chiefs are 43-20 against the Raiders in the last 30 years. Zach, I'm going to give you one last chance to give the Raiders some hope this weekend before we put a bow on this.
We always have hope, and we always come to play in this game here. No matter what the records are, this game means something to the Raider Nation always. And I know just as much as it means to the Chiefs family. This is almost like the Little League slugfest. The family slugfest, however you want to look at it. And then you go to the tent after the game where me and Donnell used to play, and then we go over there and just eat on the side. The family's cooking on the side of the field. This game is huge. And like I said, it's always been this game that you put your best foot forward. There's always some type of weather issue, whether it's going to be raining or you just got to be prepared. This is the game that you in either stadium, you love the fans. Either stadium, you love the enthusiasm. You wake up for this game, you ready to roll. There's no excuses in the game like this here. These are games that you dream and you love for, each and every day. Now, man, I tell you, from the days I was with the coach to the Raiders, man, I always loved playing in the stadium, so and just playing against the Chiefs, so it's, especially they doing the chop over there too. So, we definitely had to, we definitely had to, make sure we either put the fire out or just keep it going for myself. So, but this is one of the big games of the year for me that you definitely, you wake up, you put that big stick on.
Well, Kimble, you hear that? We have to love Raiders fans, apparently. We love the fans on both sides. We love Raiders fans, right?
Man, that sounds like kumbaya. Do we hold hands, too?
Hey,
we love the batteries.
It's a love-hate relationship, like I said earlier. I mean, them guys, when we done it, when it's all said and done, we respect and love each other because of the competitive that we go through of playing against each other. And it just brings out just, a better friendship at the end of the day.
Oh, yeah.
Errict, how about this? Chiefs-Bucks rematch in Super Bowl 56. Are you up for that?
Oh, yeah, it sounds very good to me. And it looks like that's probably what's going to happen. That's the way things are looking again. It'd be a nice rematch, but the Bucks will most likely take it again because that's what we do. We got the GOAT on our side. It's hard to beat the GOAT.
Our offensive line's going to be healthy this time, Errict. You're not going to get a cheap Super Bowl. No, it's not going to be in your home stadium. It's not going to be in Tampa. Sorry.
Wow. Man, we got one more. This has been my favorite.
I still have some pent-up aggression and hostility.
Yeah. Well, we were there,
Florida
man.
Florida people act, man. That's the Florida boys got y'all acting like that.
They're rubbing off on us.
Guys, this has been my favorite segment so far of the year on Foreman Offense. A huge thanks to Errict, Rhett, to Zach Crockett.
We can't thank you guys enough. It's been a huge honor. Zach, Clint, and I, a good friend of our show that we do, is our good friend of ours is George Atkinson.
Oh,
we love this man. He's been on with us since we started this back in 2012. He's coming to town for the Raiders-Chiefs game. We're going to be going out to dinner with him. I just kind of wanted to get your thoughts on George. Obviously, he's had a traumatic loss of his 2 boys, Josh and George III. Our hearts go out to him. And just kind of, what are your thoughts and your kind of memories and kind of experiences with the great George Atkinson?
Well, man, George, man, that's the man. You can't say words about him, man. He's a part of the family, and you have hate for the loss, especially, man, with your kids, and then, I was always, when I first got there, you always welcomed me with open arms and just teaching you the Raider way, and those guys, they always learn how to pull guys forward, out of guys, teach guys the history, and because they saw something in you that they saw in themselves, that I had the passion for the game, and for a guy like Jordan coming to me and tell me, hey, you could have played with me, and played in our era and everything, that meant a lot to me, you know, and just to be in those guys' presence or something else. So he's a part of the family, always will from day one. Like I say, once a Raider, always a Raider. You know, he's the epitome of a Raider. You know, and
Mr. Raider.
Hey, let me tell you, those guys that from that era, man, you love them. You know, you love them because they love you back. You know, when you give it a y'all.
Well, couldn't said it better. We love George, and we're welcome him here, guys. Zach, Errict, thanks so much for being a part of the 4-Minute Office. It's always a blast. We like to have different guests on. Kimble and Donnell do a wonderful job of, you know, being here facilitating that. Guys, thank you so much. 4-Minute Office. We'll see what happens. The college football playoff, we'll see that on New Year's Eve, but Chiefs Raiders, we'll see that on Sunday. A lot of big things coming up. Thank you guys so much. It's been a blast.
Join us next week with Zach for our Save the Chop Telethon. We'll be back.